Welcome back to the West Ham Network for your 5 things you learned about the West Ham versus Nottingham Forest game. Danny Ings scored a second half brace to help West Ham record a 4-0 victory over Nottingham Forest in the Premier League on Saturday afternoon. That catapulted West Ham right out of the relegation zone, thankfully. The 30-year-old who arrived at London Stadium from Aston Villa in January made the breakthrough in the 70th minute before scoring a second, literally minutes later. You hadn't even finished celebrating from the first goal, and he put another goal in the back of the net. Declan Rice then came up with a third as David Moyes' side took a 3-0 lead in the 78th minute before Mickey Antonio, the substitute, added a fourth late on as we moved, like I said, out of the relegation zone. But we are here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to go through the 5 things that we learned with the game against Nottingham Forest today. So let's get cracking as we go through the game, which was an exciting result. Finally, an exciting result again, picking up 3 points as expected. Now, point number 1. What is the point number 1? Moyes' changed tactics. Now, Moyes has been getting slated from every single angle from many West Ham fans. He's been playing all different kinds of formations, 5 at the back, 3 central defenders, and he has been extremely unlucky most of the season when it comes to injuries as well. And many people doubted whether or not he would chop and change this team, and if he would change formation. And he did that today by changing the formation. It meant that players like Ben Rama, who maybe have been struggling as of late, got players in and around him to play and get used to each other and have a bit of fun on the ball. And it was exciting to see that he would turn up to the London Stadium in front of the home fans and actually give it a go. And what you saw from that was a reward with the players. The players did seem to enjoy the formation that was getting played in this game, and that absolutely paid dividends for West Ham at the end. So long may that continue, because we had showed some attacking intent throughout the whole game, and we got our just rewards by scoring 4 goals in the second half. My second point for us today was about the squad rotation, and as you can see there from the image on Ben Johnson started the game, which many people were surprised about, at left back, and in the second half, due to Sefal coming off, had to play in the right back position. He had 75 touches in the game. He had 76% pass accuracy. He won nearly 50% of his duels. But for a young lad to have to step in to his team and play the many different positions that he's done in his whole career, you've got to give him massive amounts of plaudits. Again, this is also going back to the situation that we didn't see Emerson play in the game today. Kira was sitting on the bench today, so harsh on them, but good to give the squad a bit of rotation on top of that. This allowed players like Ben Rama to step up to the plate, like I've always been saying, and he's now looking over his shoulder and realizing that there are players there that want to come in and take his position. We've seen the return of Aaron Creswell. Having a full squad fit will only again pay West Ham many dividends moving forward. So touch wood, this is the starting point of that. The third point today is Paqueta, the genius, and I'm not even remotely when I say that. Now, many people have started kind of picking out the fact that maybe sometimes he loses the ball in a game. I wouldn't necessarily say it's about the possession that he lost. He lost the ball 16 times today, but it was more about the fact that he tries to create things. He tries to penetrate with his passing. He is a phenomenal player. 80% accurate passes, 1 key pass, several shots off target, hit the woodwork, shots blocked, really good dribble attempts as well, and he chips in with his groundwork. He won over 75 to 80% of his ground duels in the game. This player is an extremely clever player. All you need to do is just watch his one-touch passing, his ability to play from a deep role, to drive forward for the team. He shows you absolutely everything from a footballer, an all-round footballer. Like I said, likes to play from deep and looks extremely comfortable in a West Ham shirt now. He's starting to bed into this team and looks really confident when he's on the ball, and built up a really nice partnership alongside the man himself, Declan Rice. And long may that continue. You know, he took a little bit of a knock again today. We were all a little bit worried, thinking he was going to go off the field and not come back on. But fortunately for West Ham, he did, because he helped create. And like we always joke about saying, can a player assist an assist? Well, if they could, he'd be walking away with a load of them today and a load of them throughout the season as well. The creativity this guy's got is phenomenal, and it's interesting he does it from such a deep line role as well. So the genius that is Paqueta. Now, the fourth point is an old school striker. Danny Ings walked away with a brace today, and so be it. He could have walked away with many more. In the first half, he had a couple of chances. One ball got crossed in, and it hit the top of his head rather than the front of his head. And then he hit the post and took a deflection off a defender, and he got himself into good positions. You can see that, and this is what we have been missing for such a long time. A player that can get himself in and around the box and be useful with it as well. 32 touches in the game, 67% pass success rate. But you want him in and around that box. That's where you want him. And what happened today? He got his just rewards by getting two very, very good goals. And that is going to do him the world of good. Fantastic as well to have a player in there. And like we've always been saying, one of the biggest problems we've got this season was putting the ball in the back of the net. So if you've got a player like that who can nullify that problem, then you're hopefully hoping that we can move forward with an all-round footballing team. So massive respect to him as well. My final point, though, is on this man, the world-class central midfielder that we have in Declan Rice, club captain. We've done a few videos on him this week, and 72 touches, 98.3% pass success rate in this game. 4 key passes. He was successful with 95% of his long ball attempts as well. He had 1 shot on target. He did, of course, score a goal. He won 50% of his ground duels. He won nearly 90% of his aerial duels. He only lost the ball 6 times in this game. 2 clearances, 1 block shot to add to that, and he walks away, in my opinion, with an all-round man-of-the-match performance from the middle of the park. This guy is an absolute baller. An absolute ball. In actual fact, at one point in the game, I felt like he could add another couple of shots because he looked like he had the confidence. The confidence fed into the team, and you could see he was driving the team from the midfield as well. He's sweeping up. He's gone back to that role of sweeping up, and if comfortable and feels comfortable, because we've got players in there that can cover, and we've got players like Agerd, as you can see from that picture, who've got the pace to be able to cover the back line, then Declan Rice also feels comfortable going forward as well, and that is a positive sign. We have a world-class midfielder in our amongst us, and we do know, and I know we talk about it week in and week out, but it's always good to bring it to your attention again, because the geezer is top notch. That is your 5 things we learned about the West Ham 4-0 victory over Nottingham Forest. Do you agree with me? Get your comments in. Let me know your thoughts as well. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up if you've enjoyed the content. Join us and become a channel member if you wish. Take it easy, everyone. Come on, you